Hi, everybody. Before we get to another great interview, we could really use your help. IMDb, which is the entertainment database, recently named the Two Opinionated podcast one of its top 100 podcasts. This is a monumental feat for this program. We're a father and son team out of a small town in West Virginia, have been doing this for about 5 years. There's 15 million podcasts out there. About 40,000 of those get to the point that they're listed on IMDb. Out of those 40,000 out of the 15 million, we were ranked number 82. Something that we're just immensely proud of. We're so thankful for our listeners, our watchers, our fans. Thank you so, so much. If you would like to help us out, and we're asking for it, please. It's easy. It's it's really easy. It's free. If you go to IMDb, that's imdb.com, look up Two Opinionated Podcast, and just take a look at the page. That's all you have to do. I mean, you're welcome to look at the cast, look at the episodes so you can kind of see who's been on the program. Do whatever you want. But even just bringing up the page, imdb.com, Two Opinionated Podcast, bring up the page, look at it. That helps us so much. So please, if you can do anything, we would really appreciate that. Our YouTube channel is MeisterCon Pod. Love to have your subscription there. It's also free. And you can also check out our website, meistercon.com, where you'll find almost 700 episodes, audio and video, available on there. There's also a terrific blog from Brett, and it'll let you know anything that we have going on in studio, if we're covering a convention, if we're going on location, anything that we have going on will be on the website, meistercon.com. Thank you guys so, so much. We appreciate you so much. I can't express enough how appreciative we are of all of you. We never expected to do as well as we have, and that's all because of you. Thank you so much. Enjoy that interview. Bye, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Two Opinionated. I'm really excited today. I've got artist Leo Gong with me. So welcome, Leo.
Hi, everyone.
So Leo, let's start this way, because you've had some amazing pieces at some exhibitions lately, and I want to get into those. But let's talk a little bit about you. Give us a little bit of your background, what got you into art, and why particularly spatial art.
Okay, so my name is Zhiheng Gong. My friend call me Leo, and I'm from China. But I studied 3D design in the University of Iowa for 4 years. And after I graduate, I go to Cranbrook Academy of Art to study 4D design and achieve my Master of Fine Art degree. And after I graduate from grad school, I go to college for creative studies to continue my like art pursuing. I'm become part-time art teacher for after school program. And then during like April this year, I decided to become a full-time artist and doing a lot, continue making my artwork and attending some exhibitions, etc. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. When you were, before you came over to the States, were you doing this type of art there and just wanted to get actual training in it? Or was this something new that you picked up when you came to the States?
Well, I never have any connection with art before I come to the States. I learned
Really?
all skills of the techniques and theories during my undergrad school.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
that's awesome. Yeah,
yeah,
you've got all the degrees. Now you're teaching. Your stuff's
yeah.
getting out there and being featured in exhibitions. I mean, that's pretty exciting.
Thank you, thank you. I feel like it's um I've some friends they learn some art. They go to art school in China. I feel like two cultures art programs totally different, and I feel it's it's hard to say which one is better, but I think there's a conflict between like inner myself, the Chinese culture and the Western, especially the American art program, like they combine together to make who I am, make my character right now.
Yeah, yeah. When that makes sense. Have you got to take some of your art back to China yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is that something that you're looking forward to? Do you have family there that would want to see it?
Yeah, definitely. Like my family, my friends, they're all looking for my first exhibition in my hometown,
Mhm.
and I always tell them if possible, once I finish everything here, I will back there and hold my first exhibition and show them the artwork. Because before they only see the pictures, the images from what I give to them. They really want to see the physical work.
Well, there's something. I mean, you can appreciate pictures of art, especially when you're making something, but it's not the same as seeing it in person. Because you can really interact with a piece if you're there in person.
Especially the work I'm doing, it's not like two-dimensional. I My work is should see from different perspective, and I make them on purpose. I make different angles and make. I wish audience can see them from different perspective, and in different perspective, they can find some new joyful to see like different angles. That's my purpose, and especially during pandemic we are doing online critiques, and I feel I didn't gain a lot because the way like those professors seeing they will see the picture online on website first and
Right.
then give back. Normally they will come into our studio in person. I feel that's like it's not
Yeah, that
that good.
that didn't work to your advantage where they couldn't see it in
Yeah.
person. Yeah, I totally get that. So the other art fair just ended, I think, in L.A. and you got some of your pieces in that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, talk
The other
about that a little bit.
the other art fair is held by Sachi Art, and
Mhm.
it's a global art event, art fair. It have like different locations like Dallas, New York,
Yeah,
Angeles, and I think London. So it's
it's a
pretty
big
popular.
deal.
Yeah, and from what I heard, there's hundred of applicants for
Wow.
this event. Only in LA, I believe there's more in other area, and only like 100 of artists can get into this art fair. So it's
Pretty selective.
honored to be part of this art fair.
Yeah. What was the pieces that you took to the fair?
I took seven pieces. The two of them, my newest piece. One is Anchor. I'm not
Mhm.
sure if you're familiar with that one. The frame one hanging on the wall.
Oh, I did see that one. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I like
yeah, it
that one.
is 4 by 4. Yeah, and the other side, some mirror piece and some resin piece. So actually, it's a little bit challenge for me to ship my work from Detroit to Los Angeles. It
I
takes
bet it
time,
was.
money, everything. I have to like hope everything don't destroyed by like during the transit stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
So
little nerve-wracking. You got to pack that stuff really well because I'd hate to spend all that time on something and then break it shipping.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And you can't guarantee like how the works will be when the work arrive there to like almost across the country. So
Yeah. Yeah, my wife is a painter and a she does pottery as well. So she's big into art and she absolutely loves your stuff. She loved the resin pieces. That she thought that was something she's always wanted to try. So she was really interested in that.
that's good. That's good. And I will make more during October to prepare my first solo exhibition in LA. So let's keep posted, and
Yeah,
I will definitely
you got
try
to
to.
let us know. when
Yeah.
you get that one running, because we're out in LA quite a bit,
Oh,
and we'd love to come see that.
yeah. So if yeah, I will send you the address, everything, probably on November 14th.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah, I think that's terrific. What about the one called Puzzle Bowl 2?
Oh, that one is from my puzzle ball series, and I
Yeah.
make because you might familiar with puzzle ball concept. It's a small ball for typically they are for dogs to slow down their eating speed because
Oh,
there's puzzles inside of the ball and it will make the dog harder to get the food. But I make one for human beings because during pandemic I realized I'm eating too fast and they're always telling me slow down your eating speed, and I do some research. If you like slow down your eating speed, your stomach have time to react and give some feedback to your brain, so they
right.
will let you eating enough and stop eating. But if you sometimes if you eat too fast, the body can't, you know, like they don't have enough time to react, and you will
Which is what we all do. We all
yeah
end up eating too fast, and then suddenly you're miserable and you don't
yeah
even know why.
yeah. That's why I make the puzzle ball series. I make different puzzle balls for different food. The puzzle ball too is I got inspired by some architect. Her name is Zhiheng, and that one is for holding the vegetables, the leaves. So yeah,
So then, do you have to kind of solve it in order to get your next bite?
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
So it
to
just slows you down, basically. I love that.
yeah. The idea it's not functional piece, but it will when once it hold like stand on the table, dining table, it will remind you the purpose to making the work, and then
Okay.
to let you realize, oh, it's a thing, and I should slow down my eating speed. A lot of my work have the same idea behind. It's not very functional, but it will the it will remind you the very beginning idea
Right.
to keep the thing right.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, and I think it kind of gives you a physical representation
Yeah.
to keep you on track with your eating, because we all do it. You start eating and you're just mindlessly eating. You're not paying attention to what you're doing. You end up eating too much.
Yeah, it totally. Especially the work I made during pandemic and that time everyone was isolated because I'm studying in grad school and everyone is not allowed to sit in the same table when they eating and we just eat fast. We keep like try our best to finish the meal and back to our own studio. So that's make me thinking about the relationship between the food and us and other people on dining table and yeah
Yeah, I love that. I love that. What's it been like teaching?
it's really good because they're after school program and basically they're 6 to 8 grade kids
Yeah.
and the thing is actually like people always thinking the teacher is those kids and the kids learn something from the school, but I realize it's not. The teacher also will learn from those kids because especially in art area, not like some math or science, because in art area kids have their own way to express art
That's
and
right.
they can have sometimes they have like creative ideas and even challenge a teacher. So that way, I feel I learn a lot and feel their creative drawing or some sculpture making. I feel it's I think it's both. We learn from each other.
I love that. I'm sure they love you as a teacher,
And
because you seem very open and like the type of person that would give students the freedom to kind of explore whatever's going on inside their head.
yeah. The main idea is give them a skill from the beginning of class, and then I will just let them explore any kind of art they want. Maybe I will teach them how to making a folding paper skills.
Mm-hmm.
Once I show them there's a paper technique called paper quilling, and it's basically a rolling paper, and using the rolling paper, because when you're rolling them, they will spring back a little bit
Right.
after piece, and they will use that piece of paper to keep making them and making a drawing, use that paper. So basically, after I teach them that technique, they can freestyle and do whatever they want.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I love that. That's that one seems like it would come in pretty handy.
Yeah. And also, um, before I teaching them, I never heard of paper quilling, but um, after I think after that class, I know that skill and I use that technique into my art practice. I use wood piece become like I mimic the paper quilling technique and use wood bending. It's called steam bending technique. Use the steam box to steam the wood, and then I'm not sure if you see inside of the anchor piece, the would have some it's curvy wood inside.
Oh, right,
That's
right.
I make the paper cooling skills
Yeah.
achieve that effect. So I feel without those teaching experience, I can't get achievement right now. So I think they help me a lot.
Yeah, I love that you're actually getting something back. You're giving, you're teaching, but you're also getting back from your students and the class. And I think that's awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about the last one where you had some stuff in Earth is just a rock.
Oh, that one is a group exhibition. Actually, it's AAPI for Asian American
Mm-hmm.
month. That one is for it's my first group exhibition, and um, it's in Santa Monica, Albuquerque Street,
Yeah.
in Yiwei Gallery. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that one sounded cool because it's kind of you tell me if I've got it a little bit close, but it's exploring kind of the dichotomy of science and mysticism.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, yeah. Which I thought that's cool.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I like the art because I think because my background during grad school I studied 4D design, which is it's more like at time into the installation like some moving art piece, and then it's very close. Like there's a lot of connection between the science like coding and projection mapping with the artwork. I think they try because I think after like 2000, like people start to combine techniques into the artwork, and that's a new subject and new thing to explore in the art world.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a really cool one, and the pieces were pretty
Mm-hmm.
exciting to look at. What inspires you to make a piece? Do you just pass something and you're like, oh, I could do something with that? Or do you kind of plan it out ahead of time and like, this is what I want to do, and then go get your materials?
I will try to have some core idea inside,
Mhm.
some from the tiny detail in my life, or um, or I read a book and I want to express my emotion,
Yeah.
or yes, inside a book, and I will think probably a few months and show them in my artwork. The anchor one, the newest one, my work. I'm thinking from February this year, and the whole thinking time takes me 7 months, and then I spend a month to finish the from the virtual world to reality.
That's a long time for a piece.
It is.
Yeah. How do you see, I would struggle with that because of the time length. I would have trouble um seeing the full vision. you've got that. I'm assuming you've got it in your head what you want it to be, but then you have to stick with that for months while you actually design it.
I will once I get inspired or something in my head, I will write them down immediately. I can't let them go. If if I even sometimes during the midnight falling asleep and I'm before I into the deep sleep, I'm thinking something. I think it's very important to my art. I will definitely wake up and write them down. If I just let them go and record them tomorrow, I will definitely get everything in my mind, in my
Yeah,
brain.
that's smart. You need to do that because that always hits like right before I fall asleep is when I have the best ideas. But if you don't write them down, they're gone by morning.
Totally. And I feel like um, I'm not creating art. I'm mimicking something in my spirit world, and I just copy them from some world invisible to the reality world. They come to me, not I come to them. So
I like that.
yeah, it's sometimes I will feel a little bit guilty because the piece, the stuff in my brain, in my mind, they're perfect. I will rate them 10, but the piece I'm making in the real world, I can't get that perfect. Maybe 4 or 5. So I can't let audience or um other people see the perfect piece the same as me. So that's why sometimes I will feel bad or guilty. But I do try my best to treat my every piece
Well,
well.
and I would think even if you're a little let down, maybe that it's not the what exactly in your head, it's probably motivating too because you're constantly trying to improve it to match what's in your head.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. If you weren't an artist, what would you be doing?
I think I will be a teacher because I found like both different, like even though they are different career, different jobs, but they have some parts similar. We I have to treat my work very patient. I can't just lose my temper to my you know, same as teacher. I need to I have patience and I like to treat them as a friend and talk to them and they will give me a lot of feedback and they will let me know like what should I do in next step.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't really like work in the like some industry or some companies. I've tried doing some interns.
Mhm.
Um, or I will just do a freelance design job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Still
luckily you won't have to worry about it because your work's amazing. So you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's really good. Talk a little bit more about that kind of dichotomy between science and mysticism. What exactly does that mean?
Sorry, what's the question again?
The dichotomy between science and mysticism that you use some for that Earth is just a rock exhibition. What does that exactly mean?
The art and mm, let me think. Because
Is it kind of like to me? It'd be like the science would be the actual piece, the making the piece, and the mysticism would go more in the spiritual part and what you're actually seeing in your head. That's kind of how I take it. But yeah, I was curious how you saw that.
it, it's kind of tricky because like science part is more like the surface of the work and the
Mm-hmm.
spiritual it's not visible but it's deeply inside. I truly believe the spirit exists and then only when the spiritual world um they coordinate with the physical world they can get improved. And I feel like now I will refer to one of my work. The name is mirror world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can just to go to my website and see the work names Mirror World.
Yep,
That
I was
piece,
looking at it right before I came on here.
that they combine my concept about the information or the science in our society right now. Because in the past, we don't have a lot of way to get information.
Right.
The only way probably by letters or face to face. But right now, we're different. We have too much information to receive every day. It's
Right.
on our mind, and we have to choose the information we think it's good to us or it's correct. It's hard. We don't have too much. Um, we don't have time, and we don't have that level to select the right information for us. But we should try to find a balance between less information and too much information. It's not good. It's always not good in some level. So it's important, same as the science and the spiritual world. We should really find a balance between two and to get our body and inner child safe.
Well, when you see a really good art piece that kind of speaks to you, that's always how I've looked at it. Like that artist has obviously put their spirit into that piece, their vision, their spirit, whatever you want to call it. And you can feel that when you see those certain pieces that you're like, oh, this is something, and it does have an effect on you.
It does because I believe making the art piece itself is same as a textbook, but the difference is art piece is have very strong visual elements, and the first impression will tell you the author's emotion,
Yeah.
but you have to read them all to get the author's idea. But they're the same. They're media. Both of them are the media to show the artist or author's spiritual world, and they will speak with you without language. I think that's one of the most beautiful parts in art. Or
Yeah, I
um,
agree.
yeah,
Yeah, aren't you working on like an art textbook right now?
I do writing a guidance book about young art after school young art teacher. It's my experience in the past year. I Because at the very beginning, I'm anxiety and frustrated about teaching those kids. But when time through and I get experience, it's helped me a lot. It's I wish I can help the following new art teacher to get improved and get rid of those negative emotions when they
Right.
face those kids, because it's important in the beginning part.
Oh yeah, especially at that age because you want them, you don't want to stifle the creativity. You want to kind of give them that area to grow and to explore a little bit.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. I love that you're working on a textbook. I thought that was terrific. Are you good with other forms of art, or is it just concentrated here?
Uh, you mean different?
Yeah, do you paint or anything like that, or do you just concentrate on the spatial?
I can't do any two-dimensional art.
Your brain doesn't work that way.
You should see my sketch. It's terrible. Like I can't do any. It's just not. I'm not good at two-dimensional art. I always jealous those painters or like animators. They're really good at two-dimension. That's amazing work. And every time I see their working, almost making me cry. But I can only do like three-dimensional, like spiritual art or spatial art and like sculpture piece.
Yeah.
So I always feel pity that same as I can't do music in my life.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, you do not want me to try to sing or to play an instrument, any of that. And it's funny because everybody in my family is musical, but I am
Oh,
not even close.
I get you. I feel that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the guy. I can enjoy it. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Can't
yeah,
do
yeah. I
it.
hear it all the time, but I can't like spoke. I can't sing out loud.
That's it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it. Well,
yeah.
Leo, this has been terrific. We just started kind of talking there a few weeks back, and I've been looking at your stuff, and my wife and I just absolutely love it. I'm hopeful we can come out and see your next one in LA because you're really talented, and I feel like you're just getting started.
I do. Yeah, yeah. It's just everything's started, and I believe I will keep going. And there's a lot of things in my head, and I wish I can make them into the real world. That's my dream, making my art piece out of my brain and bring them to stick them into, fill them into a small room. That's my dream.
That's awesome. That's a great dream. So a couple of things before we wrap up. Is there you've got the individual exhibit you're working on for LA? Anything else that you're working on for the future that we can kind of keep an eye out for?
Right now, I'm talking with some gallery in local Detroit,
Mm-hmm.
and if everything goes well, probably I have next exhibition on 2024 in the spring. And there's another one group show in Italy.
Oh, that's
Uh,
exciting.
yeah.
Will you get
Yeah.
to actually go over to that one?
Probably not. I will just send my piece over
Yeah.
there. They will have some group show there, but I think I will receive some image from
Yeah, that's exciting. You're
there. Yeah.
traveling the world, or your painting or your designs are anyway.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty great. So last thing, Leo, before we um, go over your social media and your website where we can find you.
Uh, I think you can find me in Instagram, and there's my site.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I found you on Instagram pretty easy
Yeah. Yeah.
with that. And what's the is the website just your name?
I think it's www.zhiheng-gong.com. It's my
I think that's right. I was looking it over today because I wanted to see some of the actual pictures, which I know the pictures don't do the work justice, but it's the best
yeah.
I could do at the moment. And the pictures looked amazing. I just
Thank you.
like that. I can't wait to see some of that in person.
Definitely out on November. I'm like I will feel honored if you come.
Yeah, yeah. We're definitely going to try. My wife works for Live Nation, so LA's kind of her home office, so she's out there quite a bit. And I just
Okay.
come out because through podcasting, I've just made a lot of friends out in LA. So I just come out to play basically. But that'd be a good time to come. We'd come see your work.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Well, Leo, thank you so much. This has been the best. You have to come back when you get the next thing up. Holler at me. We'll get you back on.
Thank you. Thank you. Keep yeah, yeah. I would love to.
Yeah, this has been terrific. All right, hold on one second. That was the talented Leo Gong. Please do yourself a favor, go to his website and check out some of his work. It's amazing. He is so talented. I'd love to bounce around inside his head just a little bit and see how his mind works because the stuff that he puts out, it just, my mind does not work that way. So I'm just fascinated with his talent. So please do yourself a favor, check out his work, support this guy. I think he's just getting started. I think we're going to see his stuff everywhere at some point. So Let's get ahead of the game a little bit. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again this week. I definitely don't take that for granted. We had to slow down our podcasting schedule slightly. I injured my back at the gym, deadlifting, just a really stupid mistake, and hurt my back. So I was incapacitated for a week, and that slowed us down just a little bit, but we're getting back into it, revving back up. So we got a lot of good stuff coming for you guys. So please stay tuned. If you're finding us for the first time, thank you. We'd love to have your support. It's easy to do and it's free. If you prefer to watch, our YouTube channel is MeisterCon Pod. We just ask that you subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Just hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. If you're a listener, just wherever you listen to your podcast from, just subscribe there. That'll help us as well. Today, we put out episode number 664. We've been at this for be 5 years this January. So we're fairly high volume. You can find all of those audio and video on our website, meistercon.com. So definitely check us out there. If we're doing anything in studio, if we're going on location to see an art exhibit, if we're covering a convention, anything we have going on, be on the website, meistercon.com. So check us out there. And lastly, please go to imdb.com, which is the entertainment database. Look up the Two Opinionated podcast and just take a look at the page. That's it. Doesn't cost you anything. You're welcome to check out the 700 guests that we've had on the show or to look at the different episodes we had there, but just bring the page up. That traffic on the page really does help us out. IMDb just named us one of its top 100 podcasts. We came in at number 82. There's 15 million podcasts out there, and it's growing. It's not getting smaller. So getting into a top 100 list is a pretty big deal, especially for a small town father and son team out of West Virginia. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Until next time. Bye, everybody. Hi, everybody. I'm once again here to ask for your support. It's been a big year for the Two Opinionated podcast. Back in February, we got to live out a dream, moderate for William Shatner here in our hometown. In May, we passed 100,000 downloads on our YouTube channel, and we followed that up in June with 50,000 downloads on the audio side. We recently posted our 600th episode, which is pretty good volume for just a father and son operation. You know, not too many podcasts can keep that volume up. We've been doing this now for 4.5 years, 600 plus episodes. We recently hit 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel, which is a really big deal for us because we've always gotten the views, but have struggled to get people to subscribe. So that 1,000 was a big deal for us. And best of all, we were recently named one of the top podcasts on IMDb, which is the entertainment database. You know, those that are ahead of us, we came in at number 82. Those that are ahead of us are bigger companies like Disney, mostly Marvel, and Joe Rogan, that type of podcast. So for us, being just a small West Virginia father and son podcast, to be in the top 100 out of 15 million, it's a pretty big deal for us. So thank you for everything you've done for us so far. Got a couple little ways, though, that you can help us, and they're free, and they're really easy. If you haven't checked out our YouTube channel yet, please go to YouTube. It's under MeisterCon Pod. Just hit subscribe. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. Really helps us a ton. And maybe even more important, if you could go to IMDb, imdb.com, look up the Two Opinionated podcast, and just look around the page. Just having that traffic on the page really helps us out. So that's a couple easy ways that you can support us, even if you're not listening or watching all of the time. And we want you to listen and watch, because I think that our guest list, I would put up against anybody, any other show, podcast, anybody out there. I think our guest list holds up. So please check us out. You probably will find somebody that you like or maybe somebody that you didn't know you liked, but kind of discovered them on there. There's tons of that. If you're into music, we have that too. If you like books, we've got authors on there. If you're more into what goes on behind the scenes in the entertainment world, we've got producers, directors, video artists, anything you can think of that happens behind the scenes, we've had them on the show. So definitely check us out. Thank you guys so much. Until next time. Bye, everybody.